Back. So, like I was saying, I had a call. In about an hour, I got a bond I got to go do for a person. We got it kind of set up. I'm just waiting for that gentleman to get off work to get his fiance out of jail. But anyway, just going back to that, like what we were saying about bail reform, and I'm just technically already just going to be against it because it's my livelihood. And I'll just explain to y'all about what I have going. Also, I'm a private investigator too. So in the event bail bonding did cease to exist, I don't have all my eggs in one basket. I'm not pigeonholed. I don't want to go back to the corporate world, but if I had to, I could and make pretty good money. And I got several other things like far as PI investigations. I have properties. I'm fixing to start rental properties. So, I mean, that's, like I said, I love bail bonding. It's fun. Well, in my opinion, it just comes naturally to me. So, I love doing it, but in the event something happened and went away, I'm going to keep it moving. So, we're going to get that out the way. So, but like I was saying, with the bail reform, it is a myth. There's very, very, very few people stuck in jail that don't deserve to be there until their court day. Just putting it that way. That's what we're just basically saying. Just to preface that, like I was saying yesterday, if you messed up, even if you have a big bond, small bond, if you got a large bond, it's bonding companies out here that will work with people, especially if you've never been in trouble. So they try to scare you with that fear tactic, like you're just a hard working person, go to work every day, and you just end up in jail on speeding tickets, traffic tickets, something like that, and you get stuck in there forever. That rarely ever happens, because most time with traffic, especially in big cities or just medium sized, like say for instance Little Rock, Arkansas, where we're at right now. You can go to jail. You can get arrested for DWI, small amounts of even heroin, methamphetamines, fentanyl. You're going to get OR, what we call OR. That means released on your own recognizance. You're not even going to have to bond out. The only time you have to bond out really in Pulaski County is when it's something violent. When it's domestic battery, ag assault, if you got drugs and weapons, or if you got a weapon and you're a felon, something like that, that's when you bond out. But you can get caught with crack right now, it's a ticket. Or you're going to get booked into jail and you're going to get released. You're going to get cited, get your picture taken, fingerprints taken, and you're going to get released. So like even in a town like Little Rock, we're not that big. I always call Little Rock, it's a small city, big town. You're not when you have to bond out, you can get DWIs. I've seen people right here in Little Rock have a traffic ticket, and they get up to 2 or 3, probably 3 failure to appears, which meaning you've missed your court date for that traffic stop 3 times before they actually hold you and make you see the judge. That's called an AWNBOA. AWOL, no bond on arrival. So you get like 3 chances just to show up for traffic court. So like I'm saying, that myth of people just going to jail and on the traffic ticket and getting stuck in there for 2 or 3 weeks, that doesn't happen. And we're here in Little Rock. Population of Little Rock is 200,000. That's not the metropolitan, but just the Little Rock's 200,000. We're not even a real big city. You know what I'm saying? So that myth, and I explained it in my previous video. If you want to go check it out, you can go see where I give the examples of that, where people are not getting locked up for just petty stuff and being just locked away and thrown the key. And this is just to give you a little comfort. Just say you are, like I said again, just a working citizen, and you find yourself in jail on something just crazy and out of the ordinary. You have multiple bonding companies. It's a competition. People actually price shop to see who's going to give them the lowest bid to get out. So people, you can be in here on a, like I said, $30,000 bond, and people will call so many bail bonds, so you're going to give them the lowest price, like far as financing to get out. So if you're in a $30,000 bond, you need $3,000. Once again, you could end up paying around $500 and getting out, and you have to sell a payment plan with that bail bonding company to pay it off, but they're usually very lenient. It's not nothing so strict that you can't handle, and they let you pay it off like when it's almost convenient for you. So it's not nobody going to jail and can't get out because they just don't have the money. That really never happens. You know what I'm saying? That rarely ever happens. And I explained, if you go back and watch my last video about why it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much competition out here. People are willing to finance, and if you go to court, you're low risk. Because that's the biggest thing with a bail bonds when you go into court. That's the number one thing, you know. And the only other time a person might get stuck, you're out of town. Now, if you're from out of town, like you say, you get stopped in Arkansas and you're from California, that's when the collateral kicks in, because we got to have something saying that you're going to come to court. Whether somebody put up extra money for you, and that's money, collateral is money you put up that you get back, or anything you put up besides the 10% that you're guaranteed to get back no matter the outcome of the case. So 9 times out of 10, if you're from out of state, you're going to have to put up collateral. And a lot of times we can work through that or work on that. We just got to make sure you're going to come back to court. And then, like I said, anything that you put up for collateral, you're guaranteed to get it back, no matter what, no matter the outcome of the case. So, but I know it's been big in the news. What they're calling it, the Illinois Purge law, or where they're ending cash bail. And they're calling it the Safety Act. And remember, whenever they name an act or pass a bill, just like the Patriot Act, it's never designed to do what it says. Almost always the opposite, just like with the Patriot Act. And they take your liberties and rights away from you. You know what I'm saying? It's never what it says. So the Safety Act is an acronym for safety, accountability, fairness, and equity today. And the first letter is safety. It's not going to be safe for anybody with the Safety Act. There's not going to be any accountability. Fairness and equity, that's your word salad. But we're going to hit on this safety and accountability. I'm going to deconstruct this. I ain't even spent a lot of time on this, but I'm going to deconstruct this so easy. But I'm going to just break it down to you. This comes from a bail bondsman and private investigator and a person that did loss prevention for almost 10 years. So, on January 1st, just reading it, 2023, the Safety Act will commence in the state of Illinois. This act will get rid of the cash bail system in its entirety. The name safety is an acronym for, I already read it out, safety, accountability, fairness, and equity today. Those that instated the act believe it will reduce arrests and limit those put away based on the crime. Yeah, it's going to limit those put away based on the crime, so they're not going to go to jail. And so these are the 12. These are the offenses. These are the non-detainable offenses. These are the 12 non-detainable offenses where the new law could end cash bail. The law includes second-degree murder, arson, drug-induced homicide, robbery, kidnapping, aggravated battery, burglary, intimidation, aggravated driving under the influence, fleeing and eluding, drug offenses, and threatening a public official. Illinois, y'all are going to get prepared for hell on earth in Illinois. That's what I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to break it down to you why. And this goes back into why bail reform is a myth. So this is what they don't tell you about bail bonding companies or bail bondsmen. This is a nation average. Whenever you're bonded out of jail, bail bonding companies have less than a 2% failure rate, meaning when a bail bond company bonds a person out, less than 2% of our clients show up for court. Less than 2%. But when they're released on their own recognizance or released through like bail reform acts without a bail, the failure to appear rate is over 50%. It's over 50%. And that's serious. It's like 56, 60% don't show up for court. And people don't understand, okay, when they don't show up, guess whose pocket that comes out of? That comes out of you, the taxpayer's pocket. Because you got to think about it. You pay for the judges, you pay for the lawyers, the public defenders, you pay for the electricity, gas, water, lights to be on, you pay for security at the courts, you pay for all the internet service, you pay for everything that moves and runs that court. You pay for the people getting bused to the courthouse as far as that's already locked up on felony charges. You pay for everything. And when somebody don't show up, guess what? your money is being wasted because guess what you got to do now? You got to put out a failure to appear. You got to put a warrant out for that person, and you got to reschedule another trial date, which also backs up the jail law or backs up the court logs and making court dates get pushed out farther. And you got to set new court dates and new time for people to be here. So it's a waste and a burden on the taxpayers' dough. It comes out of your pocket. Whereas when you have a bail bondsman, less than 2% failure rate. That's nationwide. And what people don't understand, when you do bond out, so everybody's innocent to proven guilty. Now I believe that wholeheartedly. So like say hypothetically you're out on an aggravated robbery charge or a robbery charge. And you get out and you have to bond out. All right, one, you got to put up your money. So that's one thing. But people don't realize you have to have co-signers when you bond out. And that's 9 times out of 10 somebody that's from your family that's going to co-sign for you saying, hey, John Doe is going to show up for court. And I'm co-signing saying he's going to show up for court. Say he went to jail for aggravated robbery. His bond is $20,000. Okay? We got $20,000 over our heads of bail bond coming. So we get somebody that's going to co-sign for this person because obviously, well, more likely they're not going to have the $20K to put up or $20K in collateral to put up to make sure he shows up for court. So we need co-signers. So we like to get somebody from the family 9 times out of 10, but sometimes it can be a friend or somebody, a coworker or something. But most times we want to get somebody that's blood related to them. And he or she's going to sign that paperwork saying, hey, John Doe is going to show up for court on October 15th. And we're going to make sure that, and you sign paperwork just like you co-sign for a car saying, if he doesn't show up for court, I am technically held liable for him. But if he doesn't show up for court, I'll help you find that or cooperate with that bail bonds to help you find him and surrender him back to the jail because he violated the bond by not showing up for court. So people don't understand when you bond out, not only you're being free until your court date, but you're almost on a soft probation with us because when you're out on bail, you got stipulations like you have to check in usually once a week with your bail bond agent. If your phone number or address change, you have to let us know. And if you get rearrested, we can revoke your bond. So you're like on a soft probation. So not only are you out, but you got like somebody watch you, and also your family is going to kind of keep up with you or whoever co-signed because, hey, I co-signed for this person to be out, so he can't be out here doing nothing stupid or he's not going to be trying to go back to jail because I got somebody else watching you. So you got eyes on you, so it's going to make the person that bond out move hopefully in the right way or, slow down on whatever that person is doing until he goes to court. So, if John Doe misses court, now guess what? It's not only you got a warrant put out for you, so not only do all the police know that you missed court, and if they make contact with you, you're going to go to jail. But sometimes they do serve warrants, and the sheriffs come out, try to look for you. But you also have bail bonding companies looking for you. And we can be anybody. We're plain clothes. You don't know where we're coming from. So you got not only law enforcement out actively looking for you, you got bail bonding companies looking for you. And then you also got somebody from your family that's co-signed. So you got a lot of eyes on you, which deters you from doing more stupid stuff. Because like I said, if you get any more trouble, you get rearrested, we can revoke your bond. And now you're going to sit in court until your court date. Or we'll revoke your bond. We'll surrender you to the jail. Your bond will be revoked. You have to get a whole new bond set on those previous charges that you were bonded out on because you didn't get rearrested on something else. So when you bond out, you're kind of on a tight, you're on what's the word I want to say? You're on you're on thin ice until you go to court and get this cleared up, which is good though. It's like you're on soft probation, so you stay in line, hopefully, so you can be found not guilty or not get any more trouble. And that's the big part of bail bond, and we help keep the city safe while also serving the community and not having people locked up because you're innocent until you're proven guilty. So we're helping keep the streets safe while also allowing this person to be out, but they're like kind of like on a supervision with us. And so that's That's one of the main reasons we help keep the streets safe by doing that. And then also, people don't realize we're 0%. We're zero cost to the taxpayer. We cost the taxpayer nothing. So this is a service that's being provided and it's ran all by private bail bonding companies or private entities. So we're helping keep your community and your streets safe because, and it's no taxpayer cost to you. So think about this when this happens. So with these laws that I just read out that's going to happen in Illinois. Like say somebody again, I'm going to tell you how it goes down because we do this every day. So say you got Eric out here. Eric Johnson is committed 3 or 4 robberies in the community. Okay? He goes to jail, or aggravated robberies. He goes to jail and they release him right back out because of this new Safety Act. He's going to get right back out. What you think he's going to do again? He don't have any oversight, anything. He's just supposed to show up for court for this robbery that he did. And he's if he goes to court and is found guilty, he's going to go to the penitentiary for some years. You think he's going to court? He's already out here robbing people with guns. He's already a felon, robbing people with guns, kicking in doors, home invasion. He's going to get out of jail, right back out to do the same thing. You think he's going to court? Nope. If the police pull him over, think he gonna just go willingly? Nope. He's probably gonna fight it. He's gonna try to run if you give him a chance. Every once in a while, if you give him surrounded the right way, he don't see a room to run. He'll gonna give himself up. But 9 times out of 10, he ain't going to court, and he's gonna run every time. And so when his court date passes, he's gonna get a failure to appear felony on like a robbery charge. Now he's a wanted felon out here. All he has to do most of the time, say a place like Chicago. I was in Chicago, now I'm going to let's move to another sanctuary city like New York, where they're not making people bond out and stuff. So he goes to New York. He started doing the same thing. If they got bail reform there, okay, he gets arrested in New York. Chicago doesn't want to come get him. New York is not, the jail in New York is not going to hold him. So he started committing robberies up there. He gets arrested. They hit Chicago. Hey, y'all want to come get this guy? Or it's out of our radius. It's too far. We don't want to spend the money. Gas high and stuff. We're not going to spend the money to come pick him up and extradite him. So New York's going to release him. So now you got a criminal out here committing acts in New York. He got warrants in Chicago. Nobody wants to come pick him up. But if he was on bond, it don't matter if it was just a simple theft of property. If you're on bond and you miss court, you can run to New York and you out of Chicago, or you can run to LA. It don't matter. We're coming to pick you up. We're looking for you. We're going to come pick you up and surrender you back to jail to make sure you go to court and go in front of the judge for your charges. But with this end of cash bail, the criminals going to know this. And they're going to do whatever they want. They're going to do murders. They're going to rob. They're going to kidnap. They're going to break in houses because they know even if I get caught, I'm going to get right back out and I'm not going to court. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to court. It's going to be hard to catch me because, especially like a place like Chicago, they have where they can't even run after or is it New York? They can't even run after the people no more, chase them. So I know if I get in the car and flee, I'm good. Or if I'm standing in the projects, like where they on O Block and stuff, in the projects, when police come around, they got everything surrounded. You just when the police come, you run. And so you giving criminals free reign in places like, say, Chicago, where they got real heavy gun laws, real tough gun laws on the citizens. They know the citizens not gonna pack. They not gonna carry guns because they got jobs and they got mortgages and they have homes and they have families, so they can't afford to get caught with a gun. And even if they bail out, they don't have to bail out. They're gonna go to court. They're not gonna miss because they're gonna lose their jobs and families and all. If they get warrants put out for them, they have to come back to jail or But the criminals know that now, so they're just gonna ride strapped up, and they're gonna be robbing people. Cause why not? I'm gonna get a citation. I'm gonna get a court date, and I'm gonna be released. And guess what? I'm gonna keep doing it again, and keep doing it again, and it's gonna make it a hell on earth. Can you see how it's gonna happen? This is not. We'll be revisiting this when I'm talking to y'all after this happened. You're gonna see, guys, multiple robberies, multiple kidnappings, fleeing, drug offenses. It's gonna get wild, and they're gonna have guns, and you're gonna have the citizens out here unarmed, and they're gonna be sitting ducks, and it's gonna cause chaos, and you're gonna get some citizens gonna get fed up. And they're gonna start shooting people, and they're gonna start shooting people, and they're gonna be charged with charges gonna cause chaos. They're gonna be charged with protecting themselves and defending themselves because they're gonna get fed up, and they know it's gonna happen. But this is done by design, and they just want to all put it on. It's these just good old people getting locked up, and they're just stuck in there in a unfair justice system, and it's not true. But you will see this. You're already seeing it in places like LA, Chicago, where they're already reducing, where you barely do even have a bond now. And they're getting rid of bondsmen. It's just all part of just creating chaos, you know. And I hate to say it, it's done mostly in all democratically run cities, you know. Just like look at New York now. When you go lax, when you demonize law enforcement, and you talk about defunding the police for over a year with Black Lives Matter and all that, you know. Now you're going to end the cash bail. You're going to see it. I hate that it has to happen. I hate Chicago has to be like the guinea pig, but hopefully it's going to be a blessing in disguise when you see it's all what's happening in Chicago. I can't imagine how worse it can get, you know. It's going to be amazing just to sit there and watch, you know. Like I said, second-degree murder, arson, drug-induced homicide, robbery, kidnapping, aggravated battery, burglary. You got people houses getting broken into, businesses, commercial burglary getting broken into. You got people threatening people on the streets, you know. Aggravated driving under the influence, so you can be drunk or high and driving crazy, you know, fleeing. They didn't specify because, like here in Arkansas, you got misdemeanor and felony fleeing. Misdemeanor fleeing is on foot. Felony fleeing is in the car. So you're gonna be putting so many people's lives in danger when these idiots and these 392s and these stolen scat packs and Hellcats and they want to race and run from the police. And police can't chase them, and even if they do pull them over, they don't go to jail. Drug offenses. Hey, you tell me where the safety is in this and accountability. Where it's basically should be unaccountable, unsafe, unaccountable because you're telling people. They're not going to be safe. Your average citizen, they're not going to be safe anymore. And then you're telling the criminals they're going to be held unaccountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to be allowed to threaten public officials. What are we doing here, people? But that's just a perspective from a bail bondsman on these non-detainable offenses. Hey, bail reform is it's not a good thing. Now, in certain counties, in certain states, especially in a lot of small counties, yeah, you could look at some bail reform where I have seen where a person get caught with small amount of drugs and their bonds are ridiculously high. You do have places like that where that little type of thing happens, but it's not usually in black towns. It's usually in little small white towns, and a lot of times it'd be like the people affected by that. Because I stay in the South, it'd be like poor white people, like say in a little small like white county, and you have a little white guy in there that don't have nothing, family stay in trailer, they don't have nothing on welfare and all that. They get stuck in there too. You know, it'd be something in those small towns. But in big cities where it's a lot of FBA, or black people in big city, they're not going to jail, getting stuck for no long time on no BS. You know what I'm saying? On those little small stuff. It don't happen. It's not happening. But anyway, I'm gonna start dropping videos more on the regular. I'm real. I can go all over the place. We can talk about bail. We can talk about politics. We can talk about music, state of the culture, a lot. But I'm gonna start dropping a lot more videos. I got a bun to make here in about 20 minutes. But no, I really would appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe my channel. Subscribe to my channel. You can hit me in my comments down there if you got anything you want me to hit on. You got questions and on bail reform, politics. You got anybody? You got any questions, or you got any rebuttals, or you think you can destruct one of my arguments? Feel free. I'm always open. Kaizen means change. So, but yeah, just holler back at me. I'm 26 minutes in. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.